Most people think they're self-aware. Psychology says they're wrong. In fact, studies show that while 95% of people believe they understand themselves, only 10 to 15% actually do. So here's the real question. Which group do you belong to? Psychologists call this the self-awareness gap. And once you understand it, you'll start to see why some people grow, build better relationships, and make smarter decisions, while others keep repeating the same patterns and wondering why nothing changes. Your confidence, your habits, your reactions under pressure. All of it comes down to this one psychological trait. Here are 10 signs you're more self-aware than most people. Pay attention, because some of these are going to be uncomfortable. Sign 1. The emotional pause. You notice your emotions before they control you. Most people don't feel an emotion. They become it. But self-aware people catch it early. They think, I'm feeling defensive right now, instead of just snapping. That tiny pause is everything. It's called emotional granularity, and it's one of the rarest psychological skills a person can have. Sign 2. The flaw factor. You can name your flaws without falling apart. Not everyone can do this. Most people either deny their flaws completely or spiral into shame when they acknowledge them. Self-aware people state them calmly, like facts. I get impatient. I avoid conflict. No drama, no self-pity, just honesty. But here's where it gets even worse for the people who lack this skill. Sign 3. The mirror moment. You know when you're the problem. This one stings. Because it's easier to blame your boss, your partner, your childhood, anything but yourself. But if you've ever been in an argument and thought, wait, maybe I was wrong here? That's not weakness. That's a psychological superpower almost nobody develops. Here's the painful part psychology doesn't sugarcoat. Most people who think they're self-aware are actually just self-focused. There's a massive difference. Self-focused people constantly think about themselves. Self-aware people accurately understand themselves. One leads to ego, the other leads to growth. Sign 4. The internal compass. You don't need constant external validation. Self-aware people have built an internal compass. They care about feedback, yes, but they don't collapse without approval. If you can sit with your own judgment and feel settled, that's rare. Sign 5. The pattern spotter. You recognize your patterns across situations. You notice that you always get anxious before big moments. You always pull away when someone gets too close. You always procrastinate on the most important task. Noticing the pattern means you're no longer a prisoner of it. And this next part explains why most people never actually change, no matter how many self-help books they read. Sign 6. The misread tolerance. You can tolerate being misunderstood. Low self-awareness people need everyone to get them right. They over-explain, they argue their innocence, they obsess over how others see them. Self-aware people can walk away from a conversation knowing someone misread them and still feel okay. Sign 7. The question upgrade. You ask better questions than most. Not, why does this always happen to me? That's a victim loop. Self-aware people ask, what in me is attracting this? Or, what am I avoiding right now? The quality of your internal questions determines the quality of your life. If that hit you, good. It means you needed it. Because here's the truth most people are actively running from. Sign 8. The fear translator. You feel the fear and act anyway. And you know it's fear. Not everyone can identify fear in real time. Most people call it not being ready or waiting for the right moment. Self-aware people see through the disguise. Sign 9. The belief breaker. You've changed a core belief about yourself. This is huge. If you once believed you were bad with money, bad at relationships, or not smart enough, and you genuinely changed that, you did the deep work most people never touch. Sign 10. The reflective watcher. You're watching this and actually reflecting, not just nodding, because self-awareness isn't a trait you have, it's a practice you choose. Every single day. If you want to build it, start with one question tonight before you sleep. What did I feel today and why? That's it. One question. Consistency with that single habit will change how you see yourself faster than anything else. Self-awareness is the foundation of every other skill. Emotional intelligence, resilience, confidence, connection. Without it, you're just reacting. With it, you're finally living on purpose.